Hi guys, I'm Marta. Welcome to my channel and to this new video in which we're going to talk about all the books that I've read in April, May and June because I didn't do a wrap up of the last 2 months, so I'm just going to put all of them together. There hasn't been like much time to read these past few months, so it is fine. I'm going to try and not talk too much about the books because we all know that I love talking, and if I start talking about my opinion on that, the video is going to be hours long. So we're just going to try and keep it simple and all of that. Yeah, in total I read in April 10 books, in May 8, and in June 5. I'm also in the middle of another one, but I don't think I'm going to finish it. Today is the 30th of June, so the last day I'm trying to finish, so I'm just going to film it now, the wrap up. But yeah, most of them were romance books because I was in exams, okay, I didn't have the mental capacity to read fantasy, so yeah, I just wanted like fun books, short books that were just going to be a fun time. I didn't want to think much, but yeah, also I have a DNF, and that is this one by Stephen King, 22/11/63, like 22 of November of 1963. I'm like a third into the book, a bit more than a third into the book, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm also, I started this in Spanish, and I don't know if that's the problem, but yeah, I'm not going to continue with this. Maybe one day I will read it, but not now. So yeah, we have a DNF, and then also I'm in the middle of The Right Move by Lee Stonford, but I don't know if I'm loving it, so that's also another one that I don't know if I'm going to finish. And then I'm in the middle of Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This one I'm going to finish it, but I'm annotating the book, so it's taking me a bit. But yeah. And now let's just get into the books. I'm going to go in order. Yeah, I really hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's just start. Okay, in April I started with one of my most anticipated release of the year, and it was a disappointment, to say the least. I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I did not like it at all. I'm so sorry. I love the Yours Truly and Just for the Summer books by Abby Jimenez, and the other books I have enjoyed. They are not my favorite, but I had a fun time and all that. But with this one, I gave it 1 star. I don't tend to rate books low, so this is strange for me. But yeah, well, if you don't know what the book is about, basically we follow these two characters who had the perfect date. It was amazing, but she's moving to another state to take care of her mother who has dementia. So yeah, it's basically that. I did not like the book. I didn't like the characters together. When I was reading the book, I was constantly thinking, like, it's not working out, like, stop. But yeah, the characters, there were some things that I didn't like about the plot. I just didn't like it overall, so sad, but yeah, 1 star. The next one is Summer in the City by Alex Axter, another romance. This one was so fun. I gave it 4 stars. It's basically about this girl who moves to her sister apartment for the summer, and her neighbor is this billionaire who they already met, and it wasn't the best experience, and they're together and they start to fake date she needs inspiration to write her book or her movie or whatever it was. And yeah, it was really fun. I really like Alex Astor books, and I'm so excited to read another romance book by her. I don't know when she will publish another romance, but it was just really fun. It's like the perfect summer book. Love it. So yeah, 4-star. Okay, the next one is a fantasy, and that is Immortal Dark. I don't know the name of the author. I will put the photo of the book here. This one wasn't my favorite. I gave it 3 stars, which is good, but I just saw like the plot was a bit repetitive and everything was a bit too slow. And this is basically about this girl whose sister disappeared, and she goes back to where her parents used to live, and she has to live with a vampire. She's not a vampire, and yeah, she has to attend this school, and she's trying to find who took her sister and all that. Yeah, it was fun, but it was, as I said, a bit repetitive. I think the book could have been shorter, and it is like the first one of a trilogy. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I will read the next one. Then I read Magazine. This is a fun rom-com, a short one. It's not even 300 pages, I think. I read my book, so I'm not sure. And I gave it 3 stars. Like, it was good, but I haven't thought about it since. I don't even remember the plot of the book. Like, do they fake date? I think they fake date. Like, they have okay, yes, they fake date. He has his gym next to her bakery, and they make a deal to pretend to be together so she can attend her cousin's wedding because her cousin is marrying her ex. And yeah, it was fun, but I haven't thought about it since, so yeah, 3 stars. Okay, the next one, it is in a reading blog, how much do I read in vacation, and that is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. I love his books. This one was so fun. It's basically about a robbery, and you follow these different characters. You don't know exactly what is happening, but the characters are so wholesome, and you just want to hug them. They are amazing. I love them so much. Yeah, it's just a short book that has some amazing sentences. Like, the way he writes, I'm obsessed. Yeah, I really like it. It's not as good for me as Person, but it was really good nevertheless. Okay, then I read The Rosebud Game, and this was so fun. It's like if the selection by Caracas was in a fantasy world. I love it. I love the selection, so this was amazing. It was so fun. Basically, we follow this main character, who she has nothing to lose, so she enters this competition to marry the prince and all of that. And there she also meets the other prince, and they really get along. Her sister, something happened to her, and she came back, but she was different, and she's trying to find out what really happened. And yeah, it was so fun. I gave it 4 stars because the ending felt a bit rushed. So that's the only critique that I have. I'm really excited for the next one. Okay, and then I read the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th book of Magnolia Parks, with everything that's been going on about this Haites. We're not going to talk about it because no. I bought this book secondhand months ago, so I'm happy about that. But I read Magnolia Parks a couple of years ago, I think, and I like it. I gave it 4 stars. But then I started Daisy Haites and I just couldn't get into it. But I decided to start from the first chapter again and try and read, and let me tell you, I had so much fun. I gave the book Daisy Haites 4.5 stars. Then Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home, also 4.5, and this one Daisy Haites The Great Undoing, 4.5 stars. I love Magnolia Parks, this series. I think it is so fun. The characters, they are so well done. The plot is like so toxic. Everything is so toxic. So, if you don't know what Magnolia Parks is about, basically we follow Magnolia and BJ and the toxic relationship, and also like the friend group who is also really toxic. And in the Daisy Haites book, we follow Daisy, her brother Julian, and Christian Haites. And yeah, they are toxic. They are all really toxic, but that's the fun of this book. And yeah, I just had so much fun. The writing, I think it is amazing, and I do prefer, well, I don't know who I prefer, if Magnolia or Daisy. Depends on the book, the moment. But yeah, I just had so much fun. But we're going to stop talking about it. Okay, then I did my reread of Solo un juego más. This one is in Spanish, by Susana Herrero. It's part of the car hockey trilogy, and it is basically a hockey romance. They do not get along, the main characters, but she is going to train them. So yeah, they have to spend time together. And I just love her books. They're not for everyone, but they're for me. So I can understand why some people wouldn't like this, but I just love her books. So yeah, I obviously gave it 5 stars. I love it. But yeah, I also read the book in like a day, because it was when the blackout happened here in Spain. So I just spent the whole day reading. Yeah, all of it. Okay, now we're going to enter into the May books. This was really like mixed opinions. But the first book I read in May was Great Big Beautiful Life by Miss Emily Henry, the Queen. I absolutely adore Emily Henry. I think she's one of the greatest writers of all time. I love her and I love her books, and this was not an exception. I did give this one 4.5 stars. I normally give her books 5 stars, like all of them except Beachwood. I don't like it. I'm sorry, but all of her books are 5 stars for me. But yeah, this was really fun. I can see why some people don't like it, but basically we follow these 2 writers who are competing to write the biography of this famous person who disappeared of the public eye and no one has seen for years. Yeah, basically they start to spend a lot of time together. This one is not as much, it doesn't have as much romance as other Emily Henry books, but I do think it's worth it. I thought it was really fun. The romance was not my favorite part of the book. I just love the way she writes, so yeah, I would recommend it. And the next one, I really recommend it. I'm sorry, that is Yellowface by Errol Kwan. I did not like this book. I gave it 2 stars. The main character was so stressful. Like, I know that's the point of the book, but I just couldn't. Basically, we follow this character who is a writer, but she is not a famous writer. But she's friends with this amazing writer in New York, bestsellers, all of that. And one day she goes to her house to celebrate that her book is something about her books or something like that. and the friend dies. So she steals her next book to pretend it's hers. Yeah, she's so annoying. I hate her. I can't. So yeah, I don't love the book. I didn't like to be in her head. I didn't like to see her thoughts. No, I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I do like the 100 pages I've read of Babel. So the problem was this book and this character. But yeah, that one is the Spanish, and that is última parada. I gave this book 2.5 stars. I'm sorry. It's like a romance with mystery, but I do not remember the plot of the book. It was too cliche and didn't love the characters or the relationship. He's like the bad boy and she's like the good kid and all that. I didn't like it that much, but it's fine. Okay, then I read Spiral. This is the second book in the Collide whatever series. And this was really fun at first. Like the first half of the book, I was having so much fun. I was obsessed. Basically, we follow this ballerina she's not getting auditions because she is not known. And this hockey player who is really, really famous. And they meet and they start to like fake date. So she can get audition and he can stop the rumors that he is hooking up with every girl he sees. And yeah, the boy was so cute and I love the main girl. They were really cute, but the second half of the book was a bit repetitive. And yeah, it was fun, but not my favorite one. I do love the cover and the ballet talk and the characters. What I don't like was the plot in the relationship that much. I do love them together. I think they are great together. And I'm excited to read the next one. Okay, also in Spanish, I read Solo un beso más by Susana Herrero, the same author of Solo un juego más. This is the second book in the trilogy, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I love it so much. I love Benji and Julian. They're amazing. They are so cute. And as I said, her books are not for everyone. They're a bit dramatic, but I just love them. So yeah, I love Susana Herrero. I think one of her books is in English. I need to find out if it's in English. I will maybe read. Okay, then I continue with the Magnolia Parks universe and I read the last Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, and I gave that book 4.5 stars. The first half of the book was a bit like not as slow. It was a bit repetitive, some things, but I just had so much fun. I do love these characters, I do love the setting, and it was so sad. And I just wanted to give Magnolia a hug and all the characters in general. I need the next Daisy Haites book right now. So yeah. And then I read Our Infinity Fates. The concept is amazing. We have these two characters, soulmates, who fall in love in every life, but they have to kill each other before they turn 18 all the time. So yeah, they have lived 1,000 lives, and in all of them, they have killed the other one, or they have been killed, or whatever. And in this life, the main character is trying to find the guy so she can beg him to not kill her because she needs to save her sister and all that. And it was really fun, it was really cute. I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, it's a fun standalone fantasy. Yeah, I do love the writing. I think it was really good. Okay, the next one wasn't also the best. Like, it was alright, problematic summer romance by Haites, but I do love reading her books. I would have so much fun, and I did have fun, but the age gap, I couldn't. I'm sorry. Basically, we follow these two characters who they have like a 15 years age gap. She's like 20 something, 22 maybe, something like that. And they go to her brother's wedding in Italy, so they have to spend like 7 days together. And there's all this tension, and I do love the main character. I think she's so funny, and yeah, but I just didn't like the relationship, so 2.5 stars. Also, this is the second one of Not in Love. Okay, like, it's important for you to know that. And with that, we go into the Dune books. I was in London, so I didn't read that much. And then I've been in exams, so I also didn't have that much time to read. The first book I read was The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm obsessed. I gave that book 4.5 stars. It was really, really fun. Basically, we follow this character who psychoanalyzes everyone, okay, like everyone. And she has to go back home because her father died. And there she meets Sam, who is her brother's friend. And they start, getting to know each other and all of that. There's also like this mystery. And it's just like a character-focused book. And I do love that type of book. So I love it. Like, it was so much fun. And then I read in London, when I was in London, I saw what is in London. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. The cover. It is the prettiest thing I have ever seen. Basically, this is the second book of Every Summer After. You don't have to read the first one. And we follow Charlie and Alice. Alice goes to this lake house with her grandma who broke her hip, so she needs to like rest and all of that. So they go together, and there she meets Charlie, and they start being friends and all of that. And a fun and important thing is that when she was 17 years old, she also went to the lighthouse and she took this photo, one in the cover, with like some two guys in the boat and a girl. And that was the moment she realized that she wanted to study photography. And Charlie is the guy. So yeah, really fun. I do recommend it. I give it 4 stars. I don't think the ending was my favorite. Also, there's like trigger warnings, like if you have like health anxiety, look it up, because I didn't know that, and I was like, it was not that fun, but yeah, love this, and I just love the cover. Then I read Rewind It Back, the 5th and last book of the Windy City series by Lee Stoneford, and I gave it 4 stars. I was loving the ending. I was having so much fun, but the end, I felt like it was like it dragged a bit. And in this book, we follow Rio and Hailey, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce her name. And they were friends when they were little, and they used to date. Something happened, they broke up, and years later, she moves next door, and she's also going to work in his house. So they have like forced proximity, and yeah, I just love Rio. He's so cute. He's the best. I love him so much. Yeah, they are the best. I think that might be my favorite couple. of the series. Well, I haven't read that many of the series, which I will get to in a bit. Okay, the next book I read, it was If You Could See the Sun. It was so much fun. I gave it 3 stars. I'm going to explain why. But it was really fun. This is an academic romance to lovers. I'm a sucker for those. And basically we follow this character who sits with a beca. Is that how you call it in English? Not sure. In this like prestigious school that is like really expensive, and one day she turns invisible. So her rival and her start like to use that to earn some money so she can pay her tuition, all of that. And I was having so much fun. I was loving it, but the ending, I just felt like some things weren't explained, and like it was like if a chapter was missing. I just felt like that. So 3 stars, but I do love like the first half of the book. It was really fun, and I'm going to continue reading the books of this author I have read. I hope this doesn't find you also, and I also had so much fun. Okay, and the last book I have finished this year is Mile High, the first book in the Windy City series. So I've read the 4th book a couple of months ago, now the 5th one, and now I have gone back to the first one. I didn't have any interest into like reading the first couple of books. I just read the 4th one because it was a fake marriage, and I'm a sucker for those. And rewind it back because I love Rio. But now I was like, okay, I'm going to read the whole series. And yeah, I read Mile High. This book I gave it 3 stars. Not my favorite romance. I think it was a bit too spicy. And basically we follow Sanders, who is this hockey player, and he is a fuckboy. Let's just say it. And she is working as a flight attendant in the like team plane. So they're obviously spending a lot of time together. Yeah, I just thought it was too much spicy in the book, but I did have so much fun. I do love the characters. I thought they were so perfect for each other. And yeah, and right now I'm reading the second one, The Right Move, but it's too spicy. I just not in the mood. But yeah, these are all the books that I've read these last 3 months. I try to make it as short as possible. I've been filming for half an hour, so I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, I really hope you like this video. And I'll see you in the next one next week. It's a reading vlog. I'm just going to say that.